Hi, I'm Dan. My goal is to demystify technology and bring more understanding to it.
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT. Tell
ChatGPT.
something about ChatGPT, please.
ChatGPT is something that everyone is talking about. As for the guy who wants to bring more understanding to the technology, I will tell you something that no one told you about. It's related to prompt engineering stuff, so I think it will be useful for everyone. So using ChatGPT, probably you just notice that sometimes it brings you quite weird responses. When I've been learning the prompt engineering, I thought it's normal for AI and everyone knows about it, but it looks like I was wrong. There is even a term for it. It's called AI hallucination. So basically, what the AI hallucination means. So if you type something like write me a CV and you put the AI details about you, so who are you, what's your experience, and so on, there is a high chance, especially for the long chats with the AI will give you weird responses. It will write you a pretty good CV that looks really good, that's really strong, but it will give you wrong details about you. So for example, you will say that you are an artist, you have experience in art stuff, so like drawing and so on, but AI will put in your CV that you're, for example, an engineer. So why does it happen? It's basically because GPT-4 and GPT-3 models are not type of AI models that aim to give you conscious responses or responses that have some sense. ChatGPT is not a model that is designed for solving problems. It's a language model. Its purpose is to provide you responses that are human-like. First time when I've met the term AI hallucination was around 3 weeks ago when I was reading the article about AI. I forgot its title. Somewhere in the article I've read about AI hallucination. So basically what does it mean is AI hallucinates a response. So it provides you a response that looks really good, that looks correct, but it's completely wrong. So what causes that phenomenon? So GPT is term for generative pre-trained transformer. So GPT is type of large language model that takes a lot of data like books, articles, blogs, everything that you can find on the internet. It's written by text. It takes that all data and tries to find patterns in that data. A lot of people are scared about GPT that it can have self-awareness, self-consciousness, and it's really dangerous for mankind, but it's totally wrong. GPT model only can create a kind of illusion of the consciousness. It will never provide you a consciousness because it's not designed for that. There are some models that aim to create a conscious model, which is, for example, a spawn model. But sadly, or maybe hopefully, haven't seen a development since years. So GPT-3 or GPT-4 model, it's one kind of many AI models available on the market, let's say. As I said before, it's type of the large language model, so its goal is to create human-like responses. It's not made for the task solving, it's not made for any cognitive tasks. There are much better models for that. Like I said before, there is a model called Spawn. It's designed especially to solve cognitive tasks. So there is something called AI hallucination. You probably noticed that when you have used a GPT. Is there a way how to minimize this effect? GPT-4 it's much less prone to the hallucination than GPT-3, which is in the free version of the ChatGPT. It still has huge ability to give you wrong answers. So what I notice is that hallucination occurs much more often when you have a large chat. For example, you've been talking with the AI for a bit of the time, and longer the chat is, there is a higher chance that AI will start to hallucinate data. So first thing to reduce the AI hallucination is, you probably guessed, just to keep the chat as small as possible. So for example, if you want to make a blog or ebook or something like that, first ask the ChatGPT to write sections and then create a new chat for every single sections that you're gonna be working with, because it can easily hallucinate data when you put that everything in the one single chat. is OpenAI aware of that? I think yes. I haven't seen any post on OpenAI since I first read about a hallucination. OpenAI posts on their blog information that ChatGPT can provide you wrong data. I think they're aware of this and probably working how to minimize that. There is an improvement between ChatGPT and GPT-4 models because, as I said before, GPT-4 is much less prone to hallucinate data, but it's not because OpenAI did something, it's because GPT-4 is improved version of GPT-3, which is present in free version of ChatGPT. I will try to explain that. So you have a model, you train it, for example, to play a game, and you start it. It's the first day of the training. So it's let's call this model player 1. It knows how to play a game, but you wanna train it a little bit more, and you train the same model for another 2 days. And after those 200 days, you released a model called Player 2. And this is basically the same with the ChatGPT. So the next session is the future outlook. So how this hallucination effect will look in the future. So I think it will be reduced. The difference in hallucination between GPT-3 models and GPT-4 model shows that GPT-4 model is much better than providing you correct data. It's much less prone to the hallucination, and I think GPT-5 model will be much better in that. I also think, as OpenAI is aware of that, they probably gonna do something to reduce that phenomenon. They already taking the much of the effort to make ChatGPT more family friendly, let's say that, because AI doesn't understand. As I said in the beginning of the video, ChatGPT is not conscious and will never be conscious because it's not designed for that. It only can create an illusion of consciousness because how it's built. It's not even close to the structure of the real human brain. It cannot understand what it provides to you. So if you, for example, ask the raw model how to make an illegal substance, it will give you step-by-step guide. And this is what the OpenAI tries to do. It tries to moderate the GPT models. So in the conclusion, hallucination effect is something completely new. But if you studying what I mean, really studying the prompt engineering, you probably know this effect. It's really easy to spot this, but it hasn't been named yet. And the name hallucination effect was proposed by Microsoft in their study. I think I told you everything that I know about this because I'm, as everyone, learning this stuff. It's new. Let's make this clear. Everything is new right now. But if you want to learn a bit more, first I would like to recommend you to read that article. I try to post a link in the description for that article. Before you even start doing anything, read this article about that Microsoft released about GPT-4 model. Because right now there are not many books about prompt engineering. If they are, I already bought one. I won't be recommending this book because this book is kind of the low effort book, written really quickly, and almost half of the content in this book are prompts from the ChatGPT, so it's a copy paste. So I would not recommend looking for any books. I also would not recommend any videos because normally books provide you much better content with the much better value than YouTube videos, for example. So in the last few videos, I mostly told you about electronics, but as I said before, the goal of this channel is to bring you more understanding to the current technology that is used today. Electronics is one of the building blocks of it. To fully understand how the computer works, you need to understand how it's built, so what's the hardware and what's the software. So I'll be also speaking about software as well, but probably gonna tell about it later because you need to understand what the electricity is. I hope you like this video. In the next couple of videos I'm gonna get back to electronics again. See you in the next video then. Bye.